Cock-a-doodle-doo.
If you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe to the channel, press the bell next to it so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. And, in the words of my grandpa,
subscribe, bitch!
Yeah, yeah, yeah! New Zion's perfect. Alright guys, that concludes the video because I clearly can't open this box. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Come back.
Oh, hi guys. Now I can do the video. There's no signs that says do not open.
I don't know why, but kinda want to put a needle in this.
What the f? Ah, yo, what the? Ah. I take my medicine. And we're back with a review of the Air Jordan Zion 2. Now this is a very important shoe for Zion because he missed all of last season with an injury. Him and the people at Jordan Brand gotta make sure that this shoe helps his health and not hinder it. And you know Zion's thickness, he has to have a sturdy shoe, or else he's gonna bust through it. So if this shoe is tough enough to handle Zion, it'll probably do a good job with us normally thick folks to not thick folks. Let's get into the review. Now, as always, starting off with the looks and the initial thoughts. Now this is the VooDoo Colorway, but more like doo-doo. Am I right? Yeah, doo-doo. Now obviously it's called VooDoo Colorway because it takes inspiration from voodoo dolls. You know, those dolls that people stick needles through and it hurts the person that it looks like. Couldn't be me. But the various shades of brown on this shoe gotta be a record for most of shades of brown on a sneaker. 50 shades of brown. It's very Shrek Swampy-esque. Now the furry tongue on it kinda reminds me of the Ewoks on Star Wars, or the toilet seat covers that's definitely not sanitary because it soaks in the piss on the toilet that's left over that people don't wipe, or the backsplashes. It's just kind of a gross looking shoe. Now, you guys know my friend Tony, he helped film the action part. When he first came into the gym from afar, he thought these were Tim's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the details on this shoe. As you can see on the heel, it says Last Dance. Last chance. Last dance for love. Also on the heel, you can see the button on the eye of the VooDoo face. Very cool. Now, I feel like this is very similar to the Travis Scott shoes being all brown and having the neutral colors. Also kind of like a Louis Vuitton shoe too. Obviously, you know I'm a strap fiend. I love straps. I'm a strap whore, strap enthusiast. Kind of kinky, huh? Under the strap, you can see Zion written in the Bones font. And then on the left shoe, it says VooDoo. Very good details on this shoe. If a person looked like a shoe, they'd be in trouble because they got the VooDoo details down pat. Looks in the initial thoughts rating of the Zion 2 VooDoo doo-doo is a 7 out of 10. Just because it looks swampy isn't necessarily a bad thing. The silhouette is actually kind of fire too. Hold up, you already know. It's time for the sniff test. Kinda smells like Pokemon cards. Moving on to the size and comfort. Now the shoes fit small, which is weird for basketball shoes. Normally they fit on the bigger side. Now I normally take out the insoles of the sneakers to put my own insoles in, but I had to play without insoles because honestly the shoe was kind of tight. If you're wondering, this is what the insoles look like of the shoe. And normally underneath the insoles is just a hard surface, like a canvas material. I was pleasantly surprised to see the Strobel unit underneath the heel part. Like I said, the shoe's tight when you play with an insole, so I had to take it out. But the comfort wasn't compromised because of the bubble unit right here. Also, taking the insole out, it kind of ripped this part. It's kind of like some loose stitching on your clothes. If you have a loose stitch and you leave it there for a while, it gets long and frailed like this. Not a big deal, but I'm just pointing that out. Now, overall, a pretty tight and narrow sneaker. Considering all the materials on the sneaker, it's a heavier shoe, but not as heavy as you would think. Also, it's not very breathable. It'll stink up on you. As you can see, I just did the sniff test. They're just important things to know if those are deal breakers to you. Now the court feel is real solid as well. You feel springy with the zoom in the forefoot, but I wouldn't say that the shoe has a super low to the ground feel. Size and comfort rating 6 out of 10. Moving on to the traction. Now the traction has a rubber outsole with one part being a gum bottom with a multi-directional traction pattern. Now this was probably the second best part of the sneaker. The only time I really slid in this sneaker was when I slid on some of my sweat that was on the ground. But you can't really do nothing about that because I'd be sweating a lot. I mean, nothing much more need be said about the sneaker, it just sticks. And to add to it, your foot definitely feels supported when going laterally, which is important, especially in a Zion sneaker, because he'd be breaking shoes, but more on that in a bit. Oh yeah, and the sneakers definitely make the squeaky sound because you guys have that squeak noise fetish. Traction rating 10 out of 10. Moving on to the materials and the technology of the shoe. Uppers is textile and synthetic leather, which provides structure and durability, which I can attest it definitely does do that when going laterally. It has a Nike Air sole unit which provides lightweight cushioning. The foam midsole adds responsive cushioning and a plastic shank at the midsole for stabilization. Zoom Air cushioning under the forefoot provides springy responsive support. Of course, as previously stated, the rubber outsole. A padded collar wraps around your ankle. It has an adjustable strap over the laces, which I'll get more into during the lockdown part. Overall, a very heavy duty sneaker. You could probably go hiking in these. It definitely makes sure that your foot is safe and sound and intact. With all that in mind, it definitely makes the shoe on the narrower side, so go up half a size. As I said earlier, it's also not that breathable and pretty heavy. But the materials help your foot feel comfy and secured, which I'm about to get into right now. Rating is a 7.5 out of 10. Now moving on to the support and the lockdown. Like I just said, it's supported all around from the sides, going laterally, and on the bottom with the cushioning, the Strobel unit, and the Zoom Air. It's supported all around. The bottom, the sides, the top, and every other direction that there is. And lockdown is so good, it's literally hard to take the shoe off when you're trying to take the shoe off. And in turn, it's also hard to put it on. I wish it did have a heel tab. The strap is dope too, but I think it's really more for lateral support and containment and added durability and stability. It doesn't really tighten lockdown because it doesn't really extend that much further. It doesn't really tighten anything. The support and lockdown rating of the Zion 2s is a 10 out of 10, the best part of the sneaker. Now moving on to the price and value, the price of this sneaker is $140, which is kind of expensive for some basketball shoes. My Jordan brand always gotta be more expensive than the other brands. Can't wait for those Lukas, by the way. Those will probably be big and bulky. They'll probably make you move in slow motion. But if we're talking value, it's a good deal for everything that you get inside the sneaker. It's just below what retros used to cost at $150. Honestly, this is far and away better than Russell Westbrook's latest signature sneaker, which was one of the worst sneakers I've ever tested, by the way. I feel like Zion hasn't done anything in the league to warrant a $140 sneaker. But I'm not mad at the price tag because at the end of the day, we're looking for a good basketball shoe, and that's exactly what this is. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised at this sneaker as a whole. While it's heavier than most and also being not breathable, it's a durable and heavy-duty sneaker that keeps your foot locked in and safe. And at $140, that's more than a reasonable price for one of the more well-rounded sneakers that I've tested within the past year, which is a great second sneaker for Zion because his first ones were fire. Overall rating of the Zion 2 is an 8.1 out of 10. If we talking thick rating, that's 200 out of 10, like Zion. Oof, that boy thick. It's a good thing that these aren't actually VooDoo dolls, because that would suck. What the f— Alright guys, that concludes the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. What do you guys think of the Zion 2s? Would you copy it or would you wait for a different colorway because these kind of look like doo-doo? If you're looking for a summer hoop shoe, I definitely recommend. It is a little bit pricey, but you're paying for the overall quality of the shoot. Watch my other videos in the playlist up there and down there. Until next time, we out. Peace. Love yourself like Zion loves donuts, man. You think he just looks in the mirror and says, "You are beautiful no matter what they say, 'cause words can bring you down." Peace.